If you want to save time and learn how to invest in real estate faster, go to investorthrive.com to master the sales process from our training so you can close more deals with less leads, even if you're only doing this part-time. Or if you don't know where to start and need help, give me a call at 385-398-9862 and let's chat. Let's call Anita, just kind of give her an update and hopefully she doesn't flip out. This is the seller, by the way.
Nathan?
Anita, how are you?
Actually, I'm not doing too good today, but what's
Oh.
going on?
What's up?
I'm suffering a real bad migraine.
Oh no. Do you want me to
Yeah.
I can call you. I can call you tomorrow. I don't want to.
No, that's okay. It is what it is. I suffer migraines anyway. The ups and downs and weather and everything just doesn't do my head any good.
Yeah.
So
I hear you. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. So you know what I've been doing, Anita. I've basically been kind of reaching out to the top buyers in Utah, trying to figure out what's the best offer I can get you. And I'm not even really trying to make any like money at this point. I'm just trying to help you get your house sold because I know the longer you wait, the more the fees are costing you and everything. So I reached out to like my top 10, 15 buyers in the beginning, and I was getting pretty low offers, right? As you know. And so I reached out to, a partner of mine that has a large cash buyers list. So they reached out, and the best offer that they got was a cash offer, well, a terms offer at, I think it was like at 230. They're willing to pay 230,000 for the house, but they were only willing to give about $40,000 up front down, like what we talked about. But out of the 40 they were willing to give you, they wanted you to catch up the mortgage, which is 12, almost 13, and also pay the solar. So that would not really leave you any money. So that was something that you weren't really open to. So I've reached out around to people who just want to flip it. And most of the people want to flip it are at like 170 cash, 180, 195, like really, really low. So I mean, I feel really bad, Anita, because I've been trying to do my best to find someone to buy this, but most of the people that I have that want to buy it want to take over the payment and pay you out either in the future or give you little money down, but not a lot.
okay, well, it doesn't sound like it's gonna work then.
Yeah, I've really tried hard. It's been tough. Yeah, I think the house is just in a really bad shape. So I guess my question for you is, what are you gonna do? I think you told me you're just gonna let the bank take it, which I don't want that to happen. But what are you gonna do if you're not able to sell it for what you want?
Basically, the house will go into foreclosure. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a pre-foreclosure right now because I haven't gotten any
Right,
letters stating anything of that sort. Coming back from vacation, I went and got Philip's mail, and there's almost $3,000 in taxes due.
Oh gosh.
So it's like, and I wasn't even expecting that. So it's like even more money
No.
is going elsewhere.
Oh gosh. So it's got a $3,000 tax lien on it too. So you'd have to catch up the grant, the solar, 12K behind, and $3,000 in taxes.
Well, yeah, he has to come up with, which we don't have. I'm rounding off, but it's a little under 3,000. But yeah, those are due November 30th. We're about a year or two out of paying our house off, so we're living from paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, man. Right
We're
now
trying to get our house sold off or paid off, but
yeah,
it's
tough time.
we got that in the mail. I'm going, well, there's more money that's going to the city.
Money grubbers, they just want all their money. It's ridiculous. Let me just tell you, I do have a buyer. I do have someone who wants to buy it. Someone can catch it up, right? So someone would have to come to the deal, so it wouldn't go into pre-foreclosure, and it would help Philip avoid a foreclosure on his record, because we got to do whatever we can to not let him have a foreclosure, because if he does, then he'll probably never be able to buy a home again, just because he'll have that record. But we can save that. We can buy it, catch it up, avoid the pre-foreclosure, and then take over the payments, but giving you a certain amount of money down, it's just not something we can do up front because of the issues with the property, how much work it needs. But we can potentially give you guys something when we sell it. I understand you saying, hey, let the bank take it, but there are lots of benefits to us just taking the property, giving you some money, and then making the payments, avoiding the foreclosure instead of the bank. That's like the worst option if you can have someone that's just willing to take it, which I have a business partner. I just texted you his offer. I know this is laughable compared to what we had originally talked about, but he said that he can pay $199 for it, $15,000 down. Out of the 15, he's going to use whatever is required to catch it up. So if that's 12, that's 13. And then he says he'll give you the rest. And mind you, I'm not getting paid on this deal. I don't want you to get foreclosed on. It's like 7 years. It's very difficult to recoup that. So you would get the remainder of that. And yeah, so that's kind of the option. And we could get this done this week, like kind of how we originally talked about. We could close on this and this would be done. So this could be out of your
Well,
hair.
and unfortunately, 199 is not going to cover all the stuff that I need to have covered. So he would still be in the same situation that he's in, not being able to pay off all his creditors. I
Yeah.
mean, if I can't pay them all off, there's really no reason to do any deal as far as I'm concerned, because he's still going to have that and the creditors aren't going to get paid anyway. So it's still going to go all into collection. Even the 220 that you were going for
The,
doesn't pay off all the
yeah,
creditors.
and that offer's not even on the table.
Yeah, I
They
know.
backed
I
out.
know.
Yeah.
The 220 doesn't pay everybody. It was something that I would have considered, but and I would. I mean, it's better than, of course, nothing, but the 199 to me is nothing.
Even
So
though you're getting a couple grand up front.
I don't want to do any type of balloon payment whatsoever. I don't want to have to wait 3, 4, 5 years to get whatever, because in 3 or 5 years, the money's not going to help. It's not. I need it now.
No, I need it now, as in right now.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I need it now. He's indebted just way above his head.
I know.
So
I'm basically offering you $3,000 to take over, not have to worry about it, and save your son from foreclosure and help his credit a little bit. But you're saying you'd rather take 0 than 3?
I can't take 3,000. There's no way.
I know it's a very sticky situation. So this is that's the best that I was able to do and find. 3K is probably doesn't even mean anything to you from what you're telling me versus, letting it get foreclosed on and get 0. But it sounds like to me that's what you want. You want, okay, if you're going to get a couple grand, you just want someone to just pay everything off instead of just take over the payments.
If someone wants to take over the payments, then I don't have to cover those costs.
Yeah.
If you've got somebody who wants to take over the payments,
Which I do. I have someone that's willing to take over. They're just not able to give you as much down as you were originally looking for, which I get is frustrating. But this is what my dad used to tell me. He used to have me hold out 2 hands, and he said, "What do you have in this hand and what do you have in the other one?" One hand I'd have nothing, and then he'd say, "In the other hand I'll give you $10." So he'd say, "What do you have? You got nothing in that hand, I give you some in this one." So I want to help you out. It's just like, look, the bank is going to be getting a lot of homes because of the way the market's shifting. They don't need to get this. That's all I'm saying. And I want to give you something in one hand instead of nothing in the other. And I'm willing to do that, is take over this and help you avoid a lot of pain. Not you specifically, but there's a lot of pain that will happen that we can avoid by just taking over the payments.
if they're taking over the payments, they would have to cover the debt on the house. The solar panels is like $400, give or take.
If we take over the mortgage, we will catch up what it's behind. You don't have to pay that. We're going to take over the solar. You don't have to worry about what it's behind. You don't have to worry about any money, paying any money. Everything's taken care of, because that's what we're doing, is we're taking over what it's behind, the mortgage, all that, and making it current. But that is why it's so difficult to give you money, like a lot of money. That's why I said 3,000, because we're already having to put all that money into getting everything current.
So basically $3,000, which is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I right now have nothing.
And you walk.
And that's not going to do anything. So you're telling me the other 15 grand we will not get for another 3 to 5 years.
The other 15,000, you're saying?
Yes.
At the moment. Yes, because right now I would love to give you all that, that 15 up front, but that 15 that I have to catch up what it's behind, put that money into the property. So if you can give us some time, the goal would be, and I know that's doesn't help you at the moment, but it will give you some money right now. And in the future, you have, potential payday. And maybe we could even do something like this. We could say like, hey, 15. And if we can sell it for more, we'll give you a bonus, in the future. You're looking at making, without having to do any work, 15, 20, whatever it comes in at. But you're not having to put any money in right now. It's just you're getting some because you have an asset.
No, I'm going to have to say no to it. Nope.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, that's the offer. I understand. I tried my best, Anita, and I hope you don't think I'm a pushy guy. Just want to.
No, I appreciate your efforts and stuff. And
Yeah.
just go ahead and email me a cancellation of the contract.
Yeah, I can do that for
and
sure.
I'll just be done with it.
Well, I'll definitely send you that cancellation. I'm here. I have your best interest in mind. I'm trying to help you get this done.
Yeah.
I will go back to the buyer that I was working with, and I'll say, hey, you know what? She didn't want you to take over the payments, and she didn't want 3. If he asks, okay, well, what is the least amount she would need down for me to take over and take away this problem and get it closed? Is there a number where it's like, okay, look, if I got this, So knowing that 3 is where it makes sense for us, is there a number close to that where you'd say, okay, look, if I could get this?
No, because it doesn't, even at the 220, I know I'm trying to get all his bills paid off and
Yeah.
whatever.
And it's just not going to happen, unfortunately, with the house.
No, it's not going to happen anyway, but at least I would be able to try to do what I can to do whatever when it does do a foreclosure sale
Mhm.
and it doesn't sell for everything that it needs to sell for, then Philip still will owe that money to the bank. So
Right.
it's like
Y-
if it doesn't sell for the 181 that we need everything to sell for, they will basically, if he ever gets a job, they'll garnish his paycheck.
Right. And in the situation where I told you
So-
we take over the payments and give you 3, that wouldn't be a scenario. That wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I know, but three doesn't cover anything now, and
Would-
15 isn't going to cover anything in 3 to 5 years, because more than likely in 3 to 5 years, I can't even tell the future. So
Yeah.
um
Well,
anyway,
I did my best, Anita. I gave it my
Yeah.
best shot.
yeah,
I
no
wish-
problem.
I
I
w-
appreciate it.
I wish I was a bank, though. I mean, I wish people just gave me houses. I don't want you to give them the house. I mean, that's
Yeah, I know. I don't want to have to give the bank the house either, but it is what it is. So
All right. Well, I'll send you that,
Okay.
and just like I said, I'll just throw that on the table, and I'll leave that offer out there. If you want it, you can have it, and we can get it done.
all right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, dude. All right, that took way longer than it should have. But I'm honestly going through this painful process with you guys so you guys can see how to navigate this.